Surfing Lights, Oakley Big Wave Awards for 2013-2014. My name's Glenn Moriarty. I'll be your MC tonight along with Nick Carroll, who'll be joining us on the stage very shortly. First of all, it gives me great pleasure to invite all the finalists here tonight. So we've got 3 categories that we'll be running through with you throughout the night, giving away 3 awards. What these guys do is pretty amazing stuff, so it's great we get to celebrate it here tonight. Huge thank you as well to our sponsors, Surfing Life and Oakley, for putting on this great event down here in Manly. It gives me great pleasure to welcome to the stage now my co-MC for the night. He's going to hobble up here. Please make welcome Nick Carroll. Had his leg bitten off last week by a shark, but we just couldn't keep him away, could we, Nick?
No. Well, you may laugh, but all of you out there who surf, this will happen to you one day. So,
when they get really old.
Yeah, when you're really crusty and messed up.
Now, tell us about the format for this evening. Obviously, thanks, folks. Shh, thank you. We've got 3 awards we'll be giving away tonight. We've got biggest paddle in, we've got biggest slab, and we've got biggest wave overall. So tell us a little bit about the entries this year. How many did we get as opposed to other years, and what's the quality looking like as well?
Okay, well, it was a sort of interesting year, I think, around Australia's coast this year. There weren't a whole lot of really big days. And I could feel everyone out there kind of chafing at the bit, huh? Like, you know, I'd seen Marty win last year, and they were like, oh, I want to get something bigger. It didn't kind of show up, you know, and there were some swells in funny places where the waves were pretty big. And just every now and then there was a real banger, and you're going to see the results of that tonight. The 2 or 3 really epic swells that hit this year.
Now, each year we kind of see new people come into the competition as well. Have we got a few new faces this year? Is there a new generation coming through? Who's biting at the heels of the guys that have been winning it in the previous years?
No, there's just, you know, what I sensed this year was that there is a kind of undercurrent of young guys. We've got quite a few people at the age of 18 or 19 who were applying for registration with the awards. That's how you get to enter. You've got to kind of register with us, and we've got to kind of clear you. We've got to decide that whether or not you're really up for it, you know, because we kind of don't want just anyone hairballing their way into these awards. You kind of got to have an act. So what I noticed was there was a lot more 18, 19, 20-year-old kids beginning to sort of register and get themselves ready. Honestly, I reckon it takes a couple of years, 3 or 4 years for guys to really get the feel of this event, you know. You'll often find that the guys who win have been entering it quite often over years, and they really get to understand what it takes. And maybe it just takes that long to catch a crazy wave, I don't know.
Now, tonight's about celebrating what these guys do, but on probably more of a sombre note. We lost a man last year who has contributed not only a great amount to sport, the sport of surfing, but also to the Big Wave Awards in Alburn. This opportunity to welcome Jane, his wife, who's here tonight, his son Jamie as well, and also Dale Wilson, who's sort of carrying on the legacy. So a big welcome to those guys who are here tonight. And just on that note, I know one of our sponsors is very keen to get up here and have a word, and he might sort of mention a little bit more about the great man himself. But please welcome to the stage now the Director of Marketing from Oakley, Phil Ward.
Well, normally I get up here and say how important it is for us to honour the riders that don't get honoured in a lot of other events in Australia. And I think, you know, Amy shaped the biggest board of his life, which is standing right there, and it's going to be rewarded to one of you lucky winners. And Dale, who had worked with AB for well over a decade, and just 2 decades. I think we're putting his weights up. But Dale's carrying the Burning Spears label forward and still continuing to produce those sublime boards. So I just want to welcome you guys. Thank you all. And on behalf of Oakley and Surfing Life, it's the 12th year of these awards, and having you guys a part of it makes it even more special. So thank you.
Thank you, Phil. All right. There's a lot of love in the room, Nick. I'm feeling it.
Here he is. Okay, here I am. Here's my board. Here you are, Wave. Now let's go. So that's what this award's really meant to honour, I guess.
All right, let's take a look at the finalists for the biggest paddling.
Okay, look, I'd like to invite someone up here to present this award. Guy who was responsible for the massive board that's part of the prize. Jamie Byrne, would you like to come up here and give this award away? Jamie, by the way, what did it take to make these boards?
Well, it was a huge honour for us because Dad this was one of his highlights for the year. Like, he loved building these boards for these awards because it was just so true to him. We're going to be super stoked. So, yeah, we're super proud of these, and I know he would be. So, yeah. Oh, and we got a memorial decal on the bottom too, in honour of Dad, of Val. So. So these are files these are computer files from his last 5 years. But in saying that, he was really proud of these leading up to in the last few years. Proud of these boards, and I think last year's was it last year's ones that he machined. Yeah. Last year's ones this year's ones he actually hand planed them after he had the file, and he thought it was really good. But he thought, oh no, I'm going to hand plane them. And he planed them for 3 hours, and he's come out covered in dust, and Dale's gone in to check what he's done, and he planed the bottom off the board. and he
Gets a nice big check and a very nice board. All right. So let's hear from the great man himself, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for Camel. It's your turn on.
Now, so you seem a bit surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I get another chance at one of these boards. Thanks, Burning Spears. Thank you. Incredible. I'm so stoked to get another chance at one of these boards. I snapped the other one. Sorry. And thank you to Oakley for having this event. Yeah. Thanks to Oakley for supporting some paddling surfing. Yeah. And that's all I have to say.
We're stoked, Camel.
Well done, Camel.
Thanks just for being you, Jeff.
That's actually the most I've ever heard him speak in like 3 years.
Jeff's been practicing, mate.
That was great.
Yeah.
No, congratulations, Camel. That's awesome, mate. And yeah, don't be snapping that board. That is pretty special. All right, Nick, it's time for the next category. Tell us about the biggest slab.
Slab. Slab's unique to the awards. There's no other... well, there's no other event like this in the world, okay? Not here in Australia, nowhere else in the world. But the Slab Award is very specially Surfing Life Oakley material because it grows straight out of what people ride off Australian coastlines, you know? Like, I don't know, probably a decade or so ago, longer, going right back to the very beginning of these awards, actually. The first wave that won the biggest wave was a slab down at Shippies in Tasmania.